Mayhem Makers, I'm Mindy with Quilting Mayhem, and we are doing the Quilt Market review. So this is hybrid, so just so you know, there are people behind the scenes of you guys that are also watching this, because I'm trying to do it one time instead of multiple times, talking about what's new and cool. I wanted to make sure everybody got to hear it, and some people actually got to come and be here, so they'll get to touch and actually fondle some of the new merchandise after we're done. But I will go through kind of what was new at market, and you know, I don't know that I saw a lot of new stuff. Like, I felt like we stay on top of things here at Quilting Mayhem. The newest thing I saw, and I really wasn't super sure about, and unfortunately they didn't have samples for me to bring back, was they had what they were calling like a double-sided velvet, which really was just a minky, like a low pile cuddle that was double-sided print, right? And that, most of us were all looking at it going, what do you do with that? What, you know, aside from a baby blanket where you bind it because it had the print on two sides, you're like, well, if you make a garment, you're not going to see one side and all of that. So if you've seen it before, if you saw it, Riley Blake was the one that kind of had it on display. If it's something you're interested in, you think you want, make sure you're messaging in like the Facebook or let me know so that I can kind of look into it more. Because it was one of those, like, it was super soft and it was great to touch, which I love. But just putting it into actual projects kind of made my brain hurt of like, how does this work? Because you can't use it as backing because then the other side of the print isn't seen. So it was really more for like garments and just, like I said, putting a binding on and making a very, very lightweight throw blanket type of thing. So that was about the newest I saw. Otherwise, of course, I did do the schoolhouse and the sample spree, which the sample spree was most of the same vendors. I did get to grab some Ruby Star from Moda, which is not the easiest feat. And I did not sit in line for 2 hours. Generally, I'm that person, like, I go with Katie and we sit in line and we wait for a couple hours sort of at the front of the line so we can get to the tables and get there. I didn't, and I still got some good stuff. So this one is called Lucky Lucky, and we are getting some of this. So this is the Fat Quarter Bundle of all of the collection, and I don't believe I'm getting the entire collection. Budget doesn't let me get everything I want. But it is a fun collection. This is one of Alexia's collections, which I love. Now, strawberry, this is my new favorite. This is Kimberly Kites. And so it's the strawberries. They're in a medium scale and a really tiny scale. And I did order some rayon and some canvas also, because I need all things strawberry. You can pre-order this one, because I do have like all of it coming. So you can go to our website, go to thequiltingmayhem.com, type strawberry, and you can go find this collection. This one is not for sale, because this is my sample pack, so we can make shop samples. When it does come, you'll see it. Oh, I didn't grab the black light. Gage, go find the black light. We'll skip that one. Salutations, which is Rashida's newest collection. Unfortunately, we are not getting this one in, so I do have a bundle. If you're interested though, like if you want Fat Quarter bundles, now's the time to tell me. Like you want them, because I think I can still order like Fat Quarter bundles, and I can get a couple more ordered. But I did bring one back for people to see. I like her stuff. She just doesn't do as well for us. So I did grab one of those. And then they had these patches, which were way too cute. So the seam ripper, I'll get a little closer, says tear it up. Thank you. And all things strawberry. Once again, I had to have all the strawberry stuff. And I did get some multiples. I will be selling the patches. They are on the website. No bunny. No bunny's waving. Oh, it was too cute. Let's see. And then, of course, the infamous tiger that we've been seeing for years. If you've been collecting for a long time, you've seen him. And the teacup, which I love. And then there are two of the full sets. So if you want one of everything, there is full set patches also available as I throw it. That's what I do. Now, Glow Garden. You may not see it on camera, but this one, it's not going to show on the camera. This one I found out is UV reactive. Isn't working, Gage? Here we go.
Slightly.
A little bit. So there are several pieces. The butterflies in here. Let's see if I can do this. See how fancy I can get. Is like super UV reactive. No, you're fine. Ah, whoa. We got ooze. Okay, maybe you need to turn all the lights off. It's so super cool. I thankfully already had it on the list to order, but I definitely made sure we ordered it after I figured that out. So once again, this is also on the website to pre-order. This bundle is also staying here so we can make samples, but we definitely have pre-cuts and all that coming, because that was just super exciting. I don't know that I've ever seen one that like purposely UV reactive. Like there's some cool stuff, but to purposely make sure that it does do that was extra cool. We did go to Anna Maria Horner. She has switched over. So she left Free Spirit. She is now with Northcott and doing kind of her own thing with them. She's got some new fabrics coming out. We did order those. And I really like the hand of them with Northcott. So that was kind of fun to see some of her stuff. And we got just a little fat quarter of her stuff. And I love Anna Maria Horner. She's just a fabulous person. We've had her here. She's a great designer. Just seeing her stuff is just super cool. She's got some wovens, those kinds of things also. Strapping, oh my, webbing, all of that, like all the bag making is exploding. I'm not sure how that ever happened, but seeing all kinds of new hardware. If you watched Tula, she does have her own hot pink hardware that she's doing with Sally Tomato. Hot pink, all the hardware. So that'll be coming. I did get some of the Check Please, her strapping in the different colors. So pink. You know, it's funny, the fabric came in, and at first I couldn't tell the difference between like the two, like one I guess is orange. Oh, pink, Nova and Cosmic. To me originally on fabric they looked the same, or I was tired, one or the other, because then there's the orange, and then the neon green. So we have these if you're a bag maker, and then of course Ruby Star came out with strapping, with the stars, the tiny stars. And I have others, so this was the sample I got from my motor rep. It's also coming in black. There's like 2 other colors, and I think the white with hot pink. There's other colors. So bag makers, I hear you. I did get in Sally Tomato zippers. There's now fun colored zippers upstairs. We now have different rivets and some other hardware. So I know we've been lacking in the bag making. So now we have added a lot more, so much more. And then obviously more will come, because Tula came out with her own hardware, her new rulers, a ruler bag, another zipper bag, and of course her 50th collection, which I thought was pretty cool. What she said, she's been doing this for 18 years, came out with her 50th collection, which is kind of a mash up of several collections. I think the owl piece was my favorite. It's huge, like we saw it in bags and all kinds of stuff. It is a massive piece. So keep that in mind. Fat quarter bundle, you're not going to get like a whole cowl, because they sure are not fussy cutting that bad boy out. But her new collection is very tight. It is a small collection, which I love. And then of course the new True Colors. So, you know, True Colors, they've got that ditzy floral coming out, and then there's like a cosmic star prints, I think my favorite. And she's even coming out with some tonal, some like white on white, which was cool, and that's kind of new for her. And we've got all that up on the website, because of course they don't do fat quarter bundles of that at Sample Spree at Market. I wish. It was hard enough to go around and get stickers. She had stickers at different booths at different times, and that was hard enough to try to even do that and do everything else. Like Market, you're seeing reps and you're trying to meet with people and you're trying to get educators and all those kinds of things, and find all the new cool things. And so it's just, it was a lot. And then, you know, when you're in a booth, that slows you down. It's just, you know, not how I planned on spending my last day at Market, of hobbling around in a booth, because I don't know how to walk, apparently, off a curb. But, you know, such is life. So Layla Gardonia, she had some cool patterns. So this is foundation paper piecing, but each paper is different. Like each pattern in the pack. So you actually get a variety, kind of almost you could do scrappy quilt, and they're half square triangles where one side of the half square triangle is different foundation papers. That I thought was cool. Like, you know, thank you. So that we are getting in, because I love that. I did talk to you know, Jenny from So Kind of Wonderful. She is of course near and dear to our heart, because she used to be local and taught for us. And so talking to her, they came up with a certified store program. So of course we've signed up for that. I do have an educator now for that program, which is great. So we will have more classes coming in 2025, teaching the So Kind of Wonderful, the quick curve and their mini curve and their gajillion rulers that I've come out with since the first one. But I did get some other patterns. So like we have the curvy log cabin, which this one's super cute. I love log cabins. And tripping out, which is using the quick straight. It's just triangles and things. Let's see, posh wreath. I mean, they have so many. And what I like is now they've color-coded them. So the pattern itself is color-coded to the rulers that it needs. Attic windows, chic sisters, all kinds of good stuff. And then I did meet with Pammy Jane, one of Riley Blake's designers. Love her. She's adorable. We're going to try to get her to come be a teacher next year. She did kitty litter, if you've ever seen it, across the hall. It's got the little cat heads, like a star print and cats and all that kind of stuff. She's adorable. So I got some of her patterns. She had Supernova, and you'll notice she is definitely a cat lady. Cool cats and kittens, because almost everything she does has cats. Blooming Nightshade. She's also definitely a Halloween spooky girl. Katniss cookies. This one is like little gingerbread cats. Who doesn't want? Couch potatoes. You know, cats on couches. This goes with a collection called Lazy Sunday that we got in. We still have some of that. And so does this one, Snack Attack. I like this one. This one, like strawberries and like little cat cupcakes, is super adorable. Soft kitty. This would be good as a flannel. It has little cats. I know. I heart the 90s. You can also tell. She's definitely a 90s baby. She has some cheetah print stuff coming. It's like Lisa Frank, comes through her. It's just adorable. Donut holes. It's just a simple, fun one. And then, of course, Big Zig. Who doesn't want like a big cat as a chevron, which I thought was cute. And then, oh my gosh, Snapdragon, Jennifer Wagner. Another gal I'm trying to get as a teacher. I'm going to learn how to demo this. She was teaching reverse applique. But she was taking 2 half square triangles and taking one of them and doing the circle out of the middle. And then with the way she turned it on top of the second half square triangle, makes this cool secondary pattern. So this is one that has like cave fabric. But this is the one I loved, a little more modern, but you can see it a lot better. It's a little more striking in the solids of what that reverse applique does. And then she had this huge quilt, Pamela May. The back probably shows it easier. It is like clamshells, reverse applique curves, pieced stuff. Like it's a whole bunch of different techniques, which I thought was kind of cool. That might be a fun one. Maybe I'll teach that in 2025. We'll see how much time I have. And then she had some foundation paper piecing hexies. So different hexie patterns that I thought were kind of cool, and the papers are all in there. I mean, she said she teaches these, like this is the one she teaches as a beginner level and then works her way up to the other ones. Oh, more So Kind of Wonderful. Oh, I saw this quilt. Unicorn! Unicorn magic. I think this is one of my favorites. Super cute. As Debbie, we have All Things Unicorn. And I know this one's been out. This is their Noel. This they did as like a sew-along. And Tusker, which is elephant, if you ever think of elephants. And Northern Lights. I love this one. But you know, Market was definitely interesting. I didn't find a whole bunch of new like notion-y things. I know you guys are like, go find all the cool stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it seemed the same, like binding tools and those kinds of things. So sometimes I look to you guys because I think it was just last week. Somebody's like, have you seen this? And I'm like, no. Why weren't they at Market? But I feel like the rumor is like Market's kind of dying. There aren't as many vendors. A lot of the vendors I usually see, you know, Villa Rosa and some of them weren't there. OESD wasn't there. Clothworks wasn't there. Like, they aren't going as much, and so it's hard to find new things. And I think it's an expensive thing for new companies, like pattern companies and things to do, because you don't know how many patterns to do unless you're staying for festival to try to sell to the grand public. I think it's a lot. So it was interesting to see the dynamic. But as always, like I enjoy talking to people and visiting with educators and other shop owners and those kinds of things, just to hear kind of what's going on. Hear that everybody seems to be trying to use up their fabric instead of buy new fabric. So, that's part of why I kind of focus more on patterns and educators, because we all have stash, almost everybody. Occasionally, there is the rare person with not much stash. But if there's other people that you find that, for educators, classes, those kinds of things that you want to see, let me know, because that is our goal for next year. I've got, Deanne's been working on all kinds of new people. We have Quilt Tony, who is a Bernina educator, coming next year.
So excited.
Oh, I know. Quilt Tony's awesome. We have Exhausted Octopus. What's her name? Ellie? Allie. Yeah, Allie's coming next year. I have everybody. We're going to get so many people. So I'm excited because there's going to be all kinds of new techniques, all kinds of more than just your basic quilting, those kinds of things. Coming in 2025, so we've got a lot. We have Giuseppe, of course, coming back again. I got him finalized for next year for both retreats, so that's going to be coming. So I am on a roll of finding all new things, all kinds of new stuff besides just fun new fabric. So for those of you that are watching virtually, I think that's all I got. Hopefully you've given me some feedback or a message later on. And let me know kind of all the new things that you'd like to see that maybe I haven't shown, and we'll see what we can do. So otherwise, have a good evening. Keep on stitching.